Tá gravando? Opa! Oi, Brasil, tudo bem? Eu sou o Hugo, estou falando com vocês direto de Belfast, na Irlanda do Norte. Esse vídeo não tem nada a ver com Titanic. O que acontece é que aqui nessa cidade foi construído o Titanic e temos aqui um dos navios da frota titanilesca. Será que existe essa palavra? Não sei, acabei de inventar. Estamos aqui em Belfast, não é por causa do Titanic dessa vez, a gente está aqui por causa de Game of Thrones. Onde é que essas duas coisas se encontram? Aqui em Belfast. Hoje vai acontecer uma premiere da oitava e última temporada de Game of Thrones, que acontece aqui em Belfast com todo o elenco. Tá todo mundo vindo aqui. Não estão vindo de navio. Será que estão vindo de navio? Será que o navio desse é da Khaleesi? E o dragão, será que tem aqui em algum lugar? Bom, enfim, não sei se tem dragão além de mim. E o que eu sei é que vai rolar a premiere de Game of Thrones aqui em Belfast. O elenco já está chegando, eu vou começar a me arrumar já. Ai, será que a gente vai conhecer um Jack hoje? Gente, vai ser Jack Jon Snow. Ai, meu Deus, não sei se eu quero ser a Khaleesi ou se eu quero ser a Rose. Enfim, enquanto a gente vai dar uma olhadinha no navio, vai vendo o que te espera na oitava e última temporada de Game of Thrones.
Everything you did brought you where you are now. Where you belong. Home.
They're coming. Our enemy doesn't tire. Doesn't stop. Doesn't feel. I promise to fight for the living. I intend to keep that promise.
Bem, amigos da Rede Gloss, chegou a hora da verdade. Já estamos aqui no tapete vermelho, um tapete vermelho sangrento da última temporada, oitava temporada de Game of Thrones, que estreia esse domingo, 14 de abril na HBO. Teremos tudo ao vivo na HBO, mas por enquanto vamos bater um papo com o elenco, com quem passar por aqui hoje, porque Game of Thrones tem elenco para fazer na base de 500 novelas do Manuel Carlos, né? Quem vai passar por aqui hoje? Ó, temos aqui já uma lista de alguns nomes confirmados. Temos Jon Snow, Kit Harington, temos Maisie Williams, Arya, temos Sophie Turner, Sansa. Enfim, temos a família Stark toda. Será que terá algum Targaryen, algum Lannister vai passar por aqui? Não sei. Será que algum dragão vai passar por aqui? Ah, meu Deus, não estou pronto para ver um dragão. Sei que eles vão passar por aqui uma das últimas vezes que a gente vai ver esse elenco todo reunido, porque é a última temporada de Game of Thrones. Então teremos aí agora, quem sabe, um casamento vermelho. Então começando agora esse tapete vermelho que promete ser cheio de emoções. Quem vai ficar no trono de ferro? We have a lot of fan theories about the show, especially with your character. Did any fan get it right?
Oh, that's an interesting question, actually. I sometimes look on the internet for all the theories, and a lot of them, I'll be honest, most of them, 99% of them are so wrong. And the fact is, sometimes you'll stumble across one that's actually closer to the truth. And you start to get worried because, oh my God, if this blows up and this becomes a thing, the people are going to guess it beforehand. As long as there's theories about Lord Varys being a mermaid in there to kind of counteract it, the ones that are close to the truth will never be differentiated from the ones that aren't.
I'm from Brazil.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Big fans there.
Yes.
Big fans. It's the biggest audience after the United States, isn't it?
It's one of the countries that most tweets and talks about the show.
Yes, that's right.
People are like really in love with the show. I want to know, do you think Sir Davos will ever overcome Shireen's death?
No, I wouldn't think so. He's a human. He's too human. And when she went, she was in his heart. She was his child, and with her, he was a proper parent, and he treated her as an equal. She taught him how to read. Hello, love. Look at the stage. You know?
I love these encounters. Olha esse Roberto.
Memo. Black memo. I like it.
Men in Black. Me too. I'm part of the cast now.
Look at Cher. We look like the 3 degrees.
Hello, how are you?
You're right, you're right.
You like it?
Yeah, very cool.
I tried to find something like relatable to the show, but I couldn't. I couldn't fly a dragon, so I was like, let's go with a spider. When I see you now, I feel like I've been watching you grow up this whole time, and we did. So what have you learned from Bran during this whole show?
Good question. I think Bran has had one of the most interesting story arcs. And what I like most about it is the fact that he is one of these characters whose weapon is his mind. He's not strong physically. He's never going to ride in on a horseback and save the day, but he uses his mind. And I think that's a really great message that I like the idea that it's you're using your brains rather than brute force.
We've seen characters in this show become. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, just like in real life. But I don't think we get to see like Bran being bad. Do we'll have get to see his dark side?
Don't know. You'll have to wait and see. But I think Bran is one of the sort of fairly unequivocally good characters, especially as the three-eyed raven. I don't think there is not really. He doesn't have emotions and sort of thing. He doesn't have feelings like greed or whatever that would, perhaps sway him to the dark side, as it were. He just is as he is. So I don't know, but you'll see.
Do you think we have a chance to see Bran on the throne?
Don't know. You'll have to wait and see.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Good night. And even though it's an epic story, your character is so currently. I mean, she's like so powerful. So what do you think women will see when they see you on camera?
I think women will see a true reflection of what we can be, I think there's nothing unusual about her. She's strong, she's independent, she's feisty, she's fierce, she's loving, and that's what women are. It's just a realistic character. Of course, maybe not all women go around killing people, and there's a few bits that maybe we should leave out, but women are brilliant and powerful and strong, and it's not an unusual thing. It shouldn't be an unusual thing to see a woman being that, because that's what we are, amongst every other thing that we are.
That being said, would you think a woman will be sitting on the throne at the end?
Well, you have to find out, won't you? Nice try.
Thank you so much.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
Oh, I was right. Wow, that was a good match. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Come back, Sophie. Do you think Game of Thrones fans will be happy with the ending?
I think the writers, Dan and David and Brian and the team, did an amazing job, and I was really nervous about how it was going to end and whether it was going to be, honor the standard of what's come before, and I really think it does. But then people have got their favourites who they might. It's become a bit like a kind of horse race, and who they want to end up on the throne. So of course, not everybody's going to be happy in that sense. But in terms of the way they've kind of weaved together the story of those characters, and I think they've done a great job.
Hi, how are you? Good. Brazil, France. Yes. We've seen Jon Snow going through everything. He was dead, he's alive. Do you think he will ever get the throne by the end of the show?
Look, I mean, you have to wait and see. I'm sorry. That's all I can say. I tried, but they wouldn't let me. I kept a statue of myself, which is incredibly narcissistic and egotistical, and I'm embarrassed saying it, but that's all I kept. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Jon Snow tem muitas palavras pra gente. Your relationship with Samuel in the series, everybody's like in love with this couple, how they live together. Do you think that love survives everything in Game of Thrones?
Oh, good question. Very good question. I think that love is a very powerful force in the show, and I think that Sam and Gilly are kind of some of the best representatives of that, because they seem to have maybe the most healthy, functioning relationship of anyone in the show. So I think they've got a real strength that comes from that, for sure. But whether it will conquer all or not, I couldn't possibly say.
Oh God! The real thing is like, even though they don't have like that strength and they're like don't have like superpowers, they're still alive in the show. That's a big thing, right?
Yeah, it is. And I think that it's important to have some characters that don't have superpowers, because they're much more relatable, and they're like the kind of ordinary viewers of the show would not be like Jon Snow or Brienne, or able to kind of wield swords and they would be terrified like Sam and Gilly and maybe hiding in a cupboard. I know I would be.
Me too.
So yeah, I think it's really important to have those characters who are just a bit more like kind of ordinary people.
How hard is it to keep this whole finale as a secret this whole time?
I think it's quite easy to keep it a secret, just because we all feel a great duty of care to the show, and we don't want to ruin the show for anybody. And all of my friends and kind of people I meet, they don't want to find it out from me. they want to watch it, and they don't. And most people don't really want it to be spoiled. So I think it's kind of easy when you take into account that nobody wants it spoiled. They want to watch it along with everybody else, and we want people to watch it all together and experience those moments as a community. So it's actually easier than you think when you take into account that nobody really wants to know, and we don't want anybody to know. That's a nice kind of agreement we've got with the viewers.
Yeah. No spoilers. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye. No spoilers. No spoilers. Bem, amigos, esse foi o nosso tapete vermelho da premiere da 8ª temporada de Game of Thrones, a temporada final. Quem será que vai sentar no trono de ferro no final disso tudo? Eu não sei, eu sei que eu já tenho aqui, ó, o meu lugar pra assistir esse episódio antes de todo mundo. Ai, que chique, só queria falar isso. Ó, 14 de abril, na HBO, vamos saber como vai ser o começo do fim. Estão preparados? Ai, gente, tô começando a sentir já um frio, o inverno tá chegando. Ah, já é pra ir? Já é pra ir? Chegou a hora, é isso. Game of Thrones. Não sei se eu vou sobreviver a essa estreia, porque a gente nunca sabe quem sobrevive a Game of Thrones. Então, deixa seu like, seu comentário, sininho, sei lá, o seu dragão, o seu caminhante branco, o que você quiser fazer. Beijo, fui!